We have a major report. The New York Knicks have finalized their roster for this season. They have just added from the buyout market Shake Milton. So they have literally shook up the NBA world by making this addition and adding Shake Milton to their backcourt. And now they have more backcourt depth when Jalen Brunson goes to the bench. We're going to break down this report and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks have signed Shake Milton for the rest of the season. Alec Burks, I'm looking at you. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The main reason, in my opinion, that the Knicks added Shake Milton to this team was not only because of injuries, not only because Jalen Brunson has neck spasms at times, and he's playing better part of 40-plus minutes a night, and he's one of the league leaders in terms of usage rate. That's not the only reason you add Shake Milton. The other reason you add him is because our bench right now with Miles McBride and Alec Burks on it is not great. McBride is good some of the time, not all of the time. Burks, since he's been here, has been a legitimate chucker. He's been chucking up so many shots, missing so many shots. It's unbelievable that Tom Thibodeau continues to play him. But now we have options. If Alec Burks can't do it, if Miles McBride can't do it, Shake Milton absolutely can. Let's break down this latest report showing that the New York Knicks are signing Shake Milton as soon as he clears waivers. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, and of course Shams from The Athletic, they both state that sources indicate that Shake Milton is planning to sign with the New York Knicks upon clearing waivers. Milton agreed to a contract buyout with the Detroit Pistons and will be eligible for a Knicks playoff roster spot. The guard gives immediate help to an injury-riddled roster. Shams also stated that the Knicks signed him because they wanted more backcourt depth and scoring. And that's exactly what I think Shake Milton is going to give this Knicks team. Not only is he going to give you scoring, not only is he going to help take pressure off of Jalen Brunson, he is somebody that's going to help stabilize the offense once he's there. He's going to give you some points off of the bench. He can score in high volume. He can start. He can come off the bench. He can do whatever you need him to do whenever you need him to do it. You know who he sounds like? He doesn't have the same skill set, but he sounds a lot like Dante DiVincenzo. And honestly, we could use more Dante DiVincenzos on this roster, at least those who have that same type of mindset. Hustle. Do everything you can do out there once you're out there. Have an impact in any single way that you can. Make a difference. Every single player on this Knicks team has that type of mentality. It's a step-up type of mentality that they have. They walk into the game, they're locked in and focused, and they do everything that Tom Thibodeau needs them to do. Play their roles perfectly, exactly. So that way the New York Knicks can be a better team because of them, not a worse team because of them. Alec Burks, since you've been on this roster, some games you've helped, very few. Most of the games you've been in, you've hurt this Knicks team. You've made them a little bit of a worse team because you are chucking up shots. You are just a chucker. Sometimes there are people open in the wings, on the perimeter, in the paint, and you're still chucking. You are not passing that ball. So when I saw the Knicks add Shake Milton, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised, maybe a little surprised at the name because I didn't expect Shake to be on the buyout market or for the New York Knicks to get him. But the fact that they got him, I understood why 100%. Look at our roster. Look what happens when we go to the bench. Alec Burks and Miles McBride, love those two. They're just not consistent. McBride, ever since the trade, has taken a nosedive downward. I don't know if it's pressure. He feels a little anxiety because Burks is there and he knows he's going to take his minutes. I'm not sure. But at this point in time, he can't be effective enough in the way that we need him to be. Alec Burks certainly can't be effective enough in the ways we need him to be. So Shake Milton, what if he can? If Shake comes in here immediately, has an impact immediately with a lot of these guys, I promise you, slowly and surely, he is going to be the lead guard coming off of that bench, and everybody else is going to follow him along. Burks, follow him along. Miles McBride, follow him along. The question here is Tom Thibodeau going to expand his roster and give Shake Milton another opportunity to add to this roster, making it a 10-man roster? Or, and this is in my opinion, what I think he's going to do, is he going to replace somebody in the current roster with Shake Milton? If you know Tom Thibodeau and you understand his coaching style, what he likes to do, how he likes to play, I think going up to getting healthy, he'll do whatever he needs to do to win the games. So Shake is probably going to see a lot of times in that regard. However, once the Knicks are fully healthy and we get back that depth, I fully believe that Shake will be a situational player for Tom Thibodeau and the New York Knicks. And the main reason for that is the Knicks, when healthy, are so deep at all of these positions, you don't really need a Shake. But you can add a Shake to the team only if you feel like you need his production, you need his offense, you need his defense, or somebody on the current roster that you're playing is not doing what they need to do. And if that's the case, you can plug and play Shake Milton. That's how good of a player the Knicks have right now. I'm not saying he's groundbreaking, he's a world beater, he's going to change the entire game for the New York Knicks. Nobody's saying that. But the Knicks adding Shake Milton to this roster absolutely tells me that they know what they need, they know what they're missing, and they know they have a huge gap to fill off the bench. Everybody needs to step up on that bench to basically fill the void of what we lost with IQ and the amount of scoring he was doing from that bench. Now we have to split it up between Burks, between McBride, and now between Shake Milton, between the other players we have coming off the bench. This is why the Knicks need to do this. We need more bench scoring consistently, like we need more scoring consistently from the starters, not only from the paint, but also from the perimeter and the wing. We need more players that put fear in the defender's heart when they're shooting from three, because likely if that happens, they're going to have to put more defenders on that player, making it easier for our paint drivers and Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and whoever else wants to drive in that paint. I also want to mention that Nick's video on the app X mentioned that Milton has played in 42 games this year for the Timberwolves and the Pistons, averaging 4.9 points per game. Now, I know it's easy to look at the points per game and think to yourself, well, that's not a lot of points per game. He can't be that impactful, that helpful. Look at the teams he was playing for. He was not getting that much run for any of those teams as well, and that's why he wanted to get bought out from the Detroit Pistons. He's coming to the New York Knicks. I'm very excited about that. His points are going to go up. His assists are going to go up. And right now, this time being, while we're injured, his minutes are going to skyrocket at the moment because we need each and every minute he's going to play for this Knicks team to stay afloat and for us to be able to win. And I found this next report from Ian Bagley even more interesting about Shake and the fact that he's part of this roster, because it seems like the New York Knicks were likely going to add him before the trade deadline if they didn't add Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks. According to Ian Bagley, the New York Knicks monitored Burks, Bojan, and Detroit. New York checked in with Minnesota on Shake Milton prior to the trade deadline. A source confirms that they'll sign him once he clears waivers. Interested to see if Tom Thibodeau expands the rotation or if Shake takes current rotation spot. ESPN reported this first. Shout out to Ian Bagley for giving us this report and a little bit more information on why the New York Knicks signed Shake Milton. So clearly they see a fit, they see a role, but more than that, they see a player they can get behind that they obviously want to sign that's going to help this Knicks team today, now, for the rest of the season, but also come the postseason. Because come the postseason, you already know what it is. There are going to be players that get ill, they get injured, they get sick. Something's going to happen. Once that happens, it creates opportunity. Now, that opportunity may be knocking on Shake Milton's door, and he's going to need to answer it right away because we're going to need that type of play absolutely when the chips are down and the games matter. And that's exactly why the New York Knicks are signing Shake Milton to a contract. That's exactly why they're signing him to the rest of the season for this roster, because they know what they need. Without a doubt, they know what they need, and they know how to get it at a very cheap addition. Leon Rose. It's hard to say, but you don't miss. You're not missing this year. OG, Presage, Bojan Bogdanovic, Alec Burks. Great contract to Miles McBride. And now you sign Shake Milton, a player that we absolutely, without question, needed. And you got him for us. You signed him. You gave us him in the moment that we needed him the most. You know what that makes, Leon? Clutch. and not Clutch Sports, Clutch for the Knicks. Because when we need something, when we need to build right, when we need to get this team on the right course, Leon Rose, who so many people didn't believe in, myself included, shut everybody up, has made the right moves and has made this team into a legit contender. And he has an opportunity to make this team even better come this offseason. We have never had a team stacked this much in terms of talent and in terms of picks and in terms of assets ever before than we have right now with Leon Rose. Leon the Don is absolutely real because this man has helped this Knicks team go all the way up into a legit contender in the Eastern Conference. And for that, Leon, I cannot thank you enough. I know Knick fans love what you've done. Everybody in New York, whether they rocked with you or didn't before, they're rocking with you now. We see exactly what you've done. We see the impact that you've had. And I know we've been patient for a long time. I've been critical of that. Be patient all you want. I'm not going to be critical. I'm going to smile and I'm going to wait because I know Leon Rose is going to help this Knicks team get to the next level. So I'm not worried about it anymore. I'm just happy, smiling, and waiting to see the moves happen. Shake was a move. It was absolutely a move that maybe flew past some of your guys' head because maybe you're thinking Shake is not the player the Knicks should have gotten. Check out Shake's highlights, his mixtape, and then come back to me. Shake is what we needed to an extent for this roster. Leon Rose got him for a bargain. Nothing to complain about there. But what about you guys? What do you think about the New York Knicks adding Shake for the rest of the season? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans. Peace.